said you were doing it once.
I should know that. Well, I can't trust the girls to do it, see, they need to do shit. Cause you ran out. Where'd you be?
Reason my antennas weren't up and we lost the signal.
Alright, here we go. Alright. Call a meeting of the Carbon County Inspectors, the Inspectors of Carbon County Jail to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. Are there any guests present? There being no guests, everybody has received a copy of the minutes from the meeting held December 18th, 2024. So I'm looking for a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion.
Motion made by the sheriff, second by Commissioner Horner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Reports of any executive sessions held. We did go in executive session last meeting, didn't we? Did we announce it when we came back out? Yes. We did announce it, we came back on the record, okay. Then there'd be no reports for executive sessions held. Reports of committees, maintenance report.
It all stayed in to pump out the grease trap. A&W was in for a water leak. Dweller reports were submitted. Johnson Control was in for a camera issue. They had to switch ports on the server that we were using. So we're gonna keep an eye on that just to make sure that that server is not starting to go, because it was two cameras side by side on the port. K&D was called in for the walk-in freezer. Temperatures were up. And it's not on your list, it didn't make it yet, but Penn Power came in yesterday and did our yearly preventive maintenance to the generators.
Rodney, where are we at with the camera project, or warden, deputy warden? I know that they reset all of them manually. Right.
They've done everything that they were doing up until the point where they submitted a proposal to put 2 new servers in and do that type of work to it.
So when we got that quote, it was probably only good for 30 days, and that was near the end of last year. So are we pursuing that again for this year, that we need a new quote to come before the prison board?
I can ask for a new one, if that's what.
I mean, and did we determine, was that put into the budget at the prison, anticipating that?
We didn't get that quote until after everything had to be in for the budget.
Okay.
Yeah, if you remember, we talked about that at the last prison board meeting in December.
Yeah, cause I mean, all the cameras are reset, which is great,
Right.
but if those servers aren't updated, it really doesn't matter.
Like I said, if one of those servers goes down, we're losing half.
Right. So it's halfway done, and I mean, it becomes
Yeah,
critical for the county detectives when they have to review those footage, cause are we still having those issues with time delays and that kind of stuff? So that's what the servers will correct. So we're kinda only halfway to the finish line here with this. So if you wanna get a new quote, I know Bob Fidium highly discounted the last one. So I don't know, I would think things have increased since then, but if you wouldn't mind reaching out and getting a new quote, and then get it to the warden and deputy warden, and we'll see what we wanna do with it.
okay, I'll reach out.
And while we're talking about Johnson Control, Jody made us aware this 5 minutes, 10 minutes before we left the meeting. I guess our planned service agreement hasn't been acted on yet by the commissioners and the board.
I don't, was it brought before the board yet, or?
Was a board action submitted with it?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Cause we have the same one. similar that we submit with a board action. I know mine got signed at the end of last year.
Late
So-
last year, didn't it? Yeah, ours also went late last year. I'll double check when we get up there, that's what the board action, but I'm almost 100% sure it was.
Yeah, because once it goes before the commissioners, they sign it and then they send it back to you. So then it's approved, so I don't know if it was or wasn't.
Now it's gotta get approved by the prison board to go to.
That's what I'm saying, did it come before the board here?
We're still in good time with it, so regardless.
Wasn't that the one that we talked about at the last meeting?
That was for the
ran out?
camera contract.
This is the yearly service contract for the
Gotcha.
cameras.
And this is the same contract, assuming it's the same contract after the solicitor reviews it, it's, the term runs from February 1st, 25 to January 31st, 26. So we're still within the time frame to get this in, the way I see it. So based upon, we get, you just got it in, or you have it, and you, want us to act on it, I entertain a motion then to forward this to the commissioners for approval, subject to review by the solicitor to ensure that it's the same as the last year's one, which I believe it is.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Commissioner Arner, is there a second?
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries, okay? So we'll take that off of new business down at the bottom. Okay, anything else under maintenance report? Work release report, Mr. Schubeck.
Good afternoon, everyone. Submitted is the monthly work release report. Started out with 3 individuals on the program. We paroled one of those successfully, and another inmate had a sentence modification to a weekend privilege status. The numbers, revenues for the month are submitted, and also submitted is the monthly in-house work report. If there's any questions, I can certainly answer those.
Any questions for Mr. Schubeck? Okay, then we'll move to Plan of Action Committee. No report.
No report.
Okay, and then Warden's report.
Okay, the following is a report for, warden report from December 1st to December 31st of 2024. We had 44 new male admissions and 21 female admissions, with 56 male releases and 21 female releases. Our average population in December was 132 inmates. Average population as of 12/31/24 was 102 males, 22 females, for a total of 124. Our total admissions as of 12/31 were 937 inmates. Transports, hospital runs, we had 4 hospital runs, 1 orthopedic, 15 specialists, and 13 dialysis, for a total of 33. The dialysis is the same guy that we take out 3 times a
It's the
week.
same person or what?
And the other large specialist is for a guy who was, cardiac issues, for lack of better. We had 1 hospital duty. That completes my report.
I have one question on it. Oh, we're working on those guys as best we can. It's hard to get the feds counsel on that kind of stuff. The overtime. I'm just curious, the mandated hours, they're the ones that by virtue of where they rank, that they have to show up. I see a lot of them are lower than the actual overtime hours worked. A lot of people still come in when
Yeah, we-
overtime's offered.
Yeah.
I like to see that, cause I knew we had a problem that keeping employees when they weren't, but I was just looking at these numbers and it looks like there's quite a few of them. And some of them with bigger numbers, because they seem to be the ones that wanna come in all the time.
Definitely been spread out a little more evenly.
Yeah.
since the new
Yeah,
contract.
before you had like 3 people ever doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's nice to see. Alright, that's the only question I had.
Our
Is that-
overtime, you just get mad when we hire new people.
Does anybody else have any questions for the warden on the warden's report? That we would need a motion to approve, to accept the warden's report.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made, is there a
Second.
second? Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Executive session, should we push that off to the end?
Yeah.
We do have to go in for a personnel matter. Okay, we'll move that down to the end. Personnel report. We need a motion to approve the personnel report.
So moved. So moved.
Commissioner Franco, second by the sheriff. All those, you had someone there?
I was just gonna say the personnel report might be contingent on the executive session.
Oh, okay. We'll hold off on the personnel report then. So a motion was made second. Is there a motion to table that motion?
Motion.
Motion to table, second to the motion to table. All those in favor of tabling it until after the executive session, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so that motion to accept the personnel report is tabled. Anything under old business?
Yeah, I left you gentlemen all a quote. Well, at the last meeting, we talked about the core track system, and you asked us to get a quote, we did. I don't know if you remember, it's a system where we can eliminate logbooks on the block, better facilitate suicide checks and things of that nature.
I wonder if we can discuss that, since it's kind of safety and security related, if we can put that in an executive session too, you know.
Given the fact that this system is a system for monitoring the checks made and how they're made by the corrections officers, we're gonna deal with that as a security measure, talk about that in executive session. Alright, so that'll move to executive session. Alright, anything else under old business?
That was it.
Any new business? Alright, any correspondence? Does the solicitor have anything, even though it's not on the agenda?
It's not even on the list.
Well, you know what, I just asked, cause you're sitting here.
Not until.
Alright, so then, with that being that, we're going to, go into an executive session at this time for a personnel matter and a security issue. You guys listening to our meeting?
If IT's there, you can take us out of executive session? There you go.
So you listening to, or you guys listen to our whole executive session?
No,
No, one day,
I'm not sure.
All right, we were in executive session on an internal security matter and two personnel and disciplinary actions. So I think the first thing that we get coming out of the executive session would be a motion to approve the personnel report as amended.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made, is there a second?
second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Then it would be a motion to do a request for action by the commissioners on Via Path Technologies
Core track.
core track system for the prison.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Rocky, a second.
I'll second.
We'll do Mike. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. All right. Is there anything else for the good of the prison board? If not, then we'll deem this meeting adjourned. Oh, wait, one more thing. Sorry, not adjourned. I want to make sure that the minutes reflect the administrative order 4-2025, signed by President Judge Nanovic, where he authorized Judge Surface to represent the President Judge as a voting member of the salary board in the absence of the President Judge for the 2025 calendar year, so that we have that in the minutes and minutes of the prison board. And with that, we'll adjourn the meeting.
You adjourned.